great guests here in our studio. So at the Accra Global Investor Summit, a big theme this year is food tech and the impact that companies are making to solve the crisis of hunger, food waste, and health issues around diet. Joining me today are David Schwartz from Pepsico, the food and beverage giant, and Giri Kroch from Leket, a social responsibility NGO. It's great to have you guys here.
Thank you for having us.
So David, tell us, what is Pepsico doing here in a tiny country like Israel?
People say that Israel is a tiny country, but when we look at the ideas and the innovation that comes out of Israel, it's actually a tremendous country. It's the ability to take a small idea and make it into a big company.
Tell us a little bit about the SodaStream acquisition that you made. What motivated this acquisition?
So I'll paraphrase our CEO. It really creates an ability to customize products, but also align to PepsiCo's goals of sustainability. It's giving the experience to consumers that they could really enjoy an in-home experience and gives PepsiCo access to those consumers, but also helps with the plastic and sustainability for the planet.
It's really amazing that, MNCs and startups are really going together to bring innovation and to the customers. And on the other side of the spectrum are NGOs, aiming to do good and to bring social responsibility. So what do you do in Leket here in Israel?
Leket is about 15 years old and the largest food rescue organization actually in Israel. And we have two very big programs. The first one is collecting fresh produce from the fields or from packing houses. We rescue about 15,000 metric tons of fresh produce and deliver it to the needy in Israel. The second program we have is rescuing meals. And we rescue meals from hotels, army bases, caterers, whatever we can lay our hands on, and we measure the meals actually by proteins, which is the most important part of the meal. The whole organization is actually built around nutrition, and fresh produce and protein on the other side is the most nutritious food that we can actually deliver to the needy.
How do you think that the collaboration between MNCs like PepsiCo and NGOs like Leket can bring more social responsibility to the markets and to the end users?
First of all, I think that that companies can donate their excess food. I mean, even PepsiCo donates. I know they donate their excess food through their companies in Israel, and I think that's a great start to do so. Leket is going to collect the food from the Our Crowd Summit. I think that's what we need to do. We need to talk about food waste, understand that the end of the chain, the supply chain, is not with the garbage can, but with NGOs that can pick up the food and deliver them to the needy.
Similar to PepsiCo, it's about sustainability. Each year, PepsiCo now has a sustainability report where they talk about all the things we do for product, for planet, and for people. And it very much aligns with the values that you share with Leket of how do we make the planet better, more sustainable. Just as an example, since 2006, PepsiCo has invested over $40 million for safe water, access to safe water for people, and provided access to over 16 million people. So when you said earlier, a tiny country, that's almost twice the population of Israel.
Food tech is really changing the conditions and the way that we approach food. What are we going to be looking at in the near future?
So recently, PepsiCo launched a program called Nutrition Greenhouse, where we look at the future of food and food tech. And there are 4 areas that continue to be themes throughout the planet. The first is nutrition. How do we make products more nutritious and well, good tasting? So we want very nutritious products, but that tastes really good for the consumer. The second is lifestyle. People's lifestyles are changing so much, whether it's smartphones or other things that come into our lives. How do we help people become more empowered to live their lives? The third is sustainability. How do we make products more sustainable? So that for plastic, for instance, the SodaStream acquisition, that we can make the planet more sustainable. And the fourth is performance. How do people get more performance out of their day through products that really taste good? What's amazing is in this program we just launched in Europe, we had 10 companies, startups, all reaching after these 4 goals. And 3 of the 10 companies that were put in the program from all across Europe came from Israel. So it again reflects to your first question, what do we think of Israel? Israel is a source of great ideas, great innovation, linked to where the future of the planet is going.
Well, thank you both for being here. Thank you for bringing also quality food to people in Israel. There are more exciting sessions coming up and leading personalities from the business and tech industry arriving here to the studio to discuss how technology is making a real impact. We're going to a short break and we'll be right back.